Hey fellow foodies, it's Faye from faysfood.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make these molten lava chocolate cakes. They're easier to make than you think, and man are they good. So I have 2 eggs in a medium-sized bowl. I'm just going to go ahead and start whisking them together. I'm using just a whisk because I'm kind of lazy. Don't like doing dishes if I don't have to. But you can of course use a hand mixer or a stand mixer for this process. I'm going to go ahead and get it started, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in the granulated sugar all at once. And what you want to do is whip this until it's paler in color and it's much thicker, and it reaches what is called the ribbon stage. If you've ever made anything custard related, you would know what I'm talking about here. By hand it takes about 10 minutes, but if you use a stand mixer or a hand mixer, it should take about 5 or 6. You can see it's much paler in color, it's a lot thicker, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the instant coffee granules. I add these things to anything I make with chocolate. It really just brings out the intensity of the chocolate. It's so good. So definitely add that in. That is not optional. Okay, and then you can go ahead and add in the vanilla and oil. Do be sure to use pure vanilla extract. It makes a huge difference. Okay, so just whisk those in. And at this point I'm going to add in my melted chocolate, which I actually melted in the microwave in 30-second increments. You can also do it over a double boiler. But what's in there is some melted chocolate as well. Basically I melted the chocolate with the unsalted butter, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're adding in the butter and chocolate. Now be sure to use a good quality chocolate. Please don't skimp on the chocolate, okay? Because this is a chocolate product. You're going to be tasting the chocolate predominantly. So if you're not using a good quality chocolate, it's going to be a bad product, okay? So just whisk that all in. See, it's already nice and thick. That's what we're looking for. Oh, also about the chocolate, make sure after you melt it, let it come up to room temperature for a little bit. Okay, just set it aside and do everything else. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the flour all at once, and you can see I'm very gently folding it all in. You really don't want to overmix here. Just mix until it is just combined. Make sure to get the bottom, make sure to get the sides. Okay, now I have 2 ramekins here that I have buttered really well, and I did flour them. You can also use cocoa powder to kind of dust the molds if you'd like. I'm just using flour because I just had it on hand. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour the batter into each ramekin as evenly as possible. It's really not necessary to weigh it or anything, just kind of eyeball it. And I am going to bake these onto a baking sheet just to prevent any possible messes. Alrighty, make sure you use a rubber spatula to really get all that chocolatey goodness into the ramekin. You don't want to skimp on that. Okay, so after you pour them in, just give it a tap on the baking sheet or on the table, and a little bit of a shake, a shimmy, just to remove the excess air bubbles. Okay, we're going to bake this at 375 for about 7 to 9 minutes, nothing over that. I find that gives you the perfect molten center, but the outside is cooked as well. So I do let it sit for a couple of minutes, just 2 minutes, in the ramekin fresh out of the oven. And you want to be careful when you're handling it because it's going to be really hot still. But you want to go ahead and invert it onto your plate. And this is a very important key point here. Do not immediately unmold it once you invert it. Leave it for a minute or 2. Okay, it will actually come out easier if you do that. You can see how easy it's coming out for me because I let it sit for a couple of minutes. I mean, you don't want it to sit for too long, you want it warm, but just 1 or 2 minutes will do. And that is our molten cake. I'm gonna go ahead and decorate it in a couple of different ways. You can see the whipped cream melts immediately. If you put ice cream on top of it, it will melt immediately because it's obviously warm. But this is just one way to decorate. You can obviously decorate it a different way, which I show you a different way right here. Both ways are good. If you're using bittersweet chocolate, make sure to serve it with some fruit. It really helps cut the bitterness. Just a suggestion. For the full recipe, go to facefood.com. Give this video a like. Comment below for any comments or questions. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more great videos on the way. I really do appreciate your support. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I do hope you try this out. You will not regret it. You can see how nice and look how fudgy the middle is. You can't beat that. Alright, so hope you guys give this a try. And until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.
Time for you to make a move. I've been trying to keep my cool. After all the shit you put me through, after all the shit you put me through.